Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. So today is my weekly Shop My Stash. So we're just going to briefly talk about the products I pulled last week. This is what I'm using at the moment. It might eventually go back to my everyday makeup drawer, but I've just got some hair tools in there. I did explain that in a previous video. So yeah, everything like this, I've got makeup brushes on top, lipsticks, lip liners, my Too Faced melted mattes there, and some eyeshadow brushes at the back there, and then it's just my Mally Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. That is in Project Pan, so I can't imagine it'll be there for too much longer. Then in this first drawer are base products. So this is going to go back. I have used this a few times. So that's the Technique Strobe FX Catching Rays. I did think I was going to be decluttering this, but I actually really like it. It is quite golden, but it does work under foundation for me, so that can go back. I'm going to continue to use that just as a base for my eyeshadows. This one can go back. This is the PS Perfect Prep and Perfect Glow Illuminating Skin Primer, and I absolutely love this. It's a shame they don't do this anymore in my local Primark, but yeah, that can go back and we can choose something different. Same with this. I've used this a few times. It's the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow, and it's in the lightest shade. I want them to do porcelain so badly. This is in 10 Fresh Ivory. It's just far too dark for me, so I have to mix it in with something else. Right, and then really I should only be talking about this in Project Pan. So I thought I had quite a bit of product left in this. I thought all that was concealer, but it wasn't. There was only a tiny bit of concealer left, and it's actually broken now. So that is actually empty. I'm going to keep it in here for now, just so I can talk about it when I go through my... It's looking a bit dark, isn't it? When I go through my things that I've panned. So I've pulled this concealer in to use. It's quite an old concealer. So I want to use it up, and I think this one is in nude. No, it's in 010 Ivory. Again, I think it's a little bit too dark for me, but I do want to use it up. This is Project Pan, so I'm going to be leaving that in. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover. Really like this foundation, so I'm going to be leaving that in. I don't know about this foundation. I don't know what foundations I've got to pull for this week, so I'm going to leave it in for the time being, just like that, because I might need to use this with another foundation. As I said, like in the previous Shop My Stash, I don't have too many glowy foundations, so this one is a really good mixer. I don't know what I'm going to use once this is gone. I'll probably have to buy a lighter foundation. So yeah, that's that, and that just stays there. So then we're going to go down to the second drawer. There's not much to report here. Again, this one is the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder, and I've hit pan on this, and this is Project Pan, so that will stay in. This collection sheer loose powder is okay. I mean, it's not the best loose powder that I've got in my collection, but I wouldn't expect that for the price. That can go back. And then this Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder in Bar Banana, I think it's called, yeah. That one can go back as well. We'll just pull a couple more powders. So now we're going down to the third drawer. This is where it gets interesting. Let's talk about blushes first. So we've got the NARS Orgasm, that's Project Pan. I'm going to leave that in and then just pull for it like once or twice a week. This I really did enjoy, which I'm surprised at. And I don't really have too many blushes like this. It's like a mauvey pink tone. I used that one, sorry, this one is in the shade Dream Phone. It's by Topshop. So I used that in conjunction with that, the So Susan Universal Blush. So them two can go back in the collection. Then these Revolution ones, I really like these guys. I thought I would be decluttering at least one of them. So we've got this one in the shade Love, which is like a mauvey toned one, and that one can go back. And then this one in like a peach shade, and this one would make a really good peach eyeshadow, like a peach matte eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Treat, so they're not going anywhere. This highlighter stick always stays in, so we'll leave that there. Then we've got Project Pan Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in Lunch Money, so that's going to be staying in. I've also started to keep this one in. This is the MAC, whoops, if I don't break it first, MAC highlighter in Soft and Gentle. It's quite an old highlighter, so I do want to use that more. And then we've got my 3 new highlighters to the collection. Right, so when I first tried this, when I did a first impressions on it, I wasn't overly keen on it, but I think I've found a way to make it work. Like, it is glittery. I'm not going to say it's not glittery. It's nice and soft though. Very pigmented, like all Primark blushes are. It does have glitter in it, but if you kind of like buff it in, it looks, you can't see the glitter. And then what I tend to do is, like, I'll wet my brush once I've put the highlighter on, and it gives a really nice frosty look. So I don't know whether to keep that in for another week yet. I think I'll keep that in for another week and just play with it. These two though can go back. I really like these. These are great just like for a subtle highlighter, and they're so inexpensive, guys. They're like a pound each from Poundland. So we've got the shades Pearl, and we've also got the shade Champagne. And if that rose gold shade is actually in Poundland when I go back next, I think I'll get that as well. It was a little bit darker, but not too much darker. So we've not got that many products in now here. So let's go down to the next. A lot of this is Project Pan. I did get to use this. I pulled this ages ago, months ago, and I wanted to use it at least once to see if I liked it. It's okay. What I want to do is try and find an eyeshadow in my collection similar, like a similar khaki shade, and put that over it. And if I don't like the look of it, then I'm going to declutter it. But for now, it can go back in the collection. I used this with my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, and it looks a lot like the honey shade out of the lid. This is in the shade Telepathy. That can go back in the collection. They're Project Pans. I need to use them soon. I can't remember which other shade I used. This one, it was Kathleen Lights. I used this one with the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, so that one can go back. I think I'm gonna pop that into Project Pan as well soon, and then it just leaves this one. I want to check the formula on it, so I'm going to leave that in for another week, and then all these products tend to stay in. Didn't get to use this either, so yeah, I'll keep that in as well. And then I want to try and use all this a little bit more than I have been. And then we've got a lot of miscellaneous stuff here. So we've got Project Pan lipstick, the Charlotte Tilbury Champagne Diamonds pencil. I love this. Then we've got my pencil sharpener there, glitter glue, mascaras, like a brow product. I think that's going to end up going. It's just too light for my brows. We've got an eyeliner there, but first espresso, and then an ivory one there, which I'm going to use more once that one's out. And then I've got some blotting papers there at the back, and my Stila Kitten smudge part there. And then in the next drawer down, it's nothing really in here. We've got some wipes. I need to get some more wipes, some lip balms, and then some like just like brow kits, not brow kits, some products to tint my brows. So that literally is everything from here. Then we'll be going over to them drawers there and pulling things out of there. So all these products are going back, so let's just put them in my little box. Right, so far we've got that in. we've just got all the products in from this main acrylic here. So let's push this forward. So I'm going to be putting my Naked palette back, and I do want to keep the box, so let's just put that back in. I did 3 Lux one palette with the Just Peachy. I don't know whether to keep this in for today. No, we'll put it back. I did 3 Lux with that. I can always pull it on a separate occasion. And then we've got the Naked Urban Decay Naked Honey palette that can go back. And then we've just got 1 palette in. This one I've had to put it here because I don't have any room for it anywhere else. So it will probably always stay there for the foreseeable. Just some magnets. Too Faced Chocolate Bar is in Project Pan. The next drawer down is the Imagination and Revolution collab. That's in Project Pan, or a few other products are. Then we've got the Radiance palette. Do I want to keep this in for an extra week? Yeah, I've not used it, so we'll keep that in for an extra week. And then we've got the Bronze Highlight and Glow, which always stays in here. The last drawer is this one. So this is the W7 Hollywood Bronze and Glow, and I'm really not sure how I feel about it. I don't want to keep it in an extra week, but when I do, I'm thinking about maybe doing, like when I've got a few more products, doing like a full face of W7, and if I still don't like it, it will get decluttered. Really like this one, however. It's the Bourjois Bronzing Powder. And it just looks like that. It's really, really nice. Quite warm toned, but it does actually work for me. So that's that one. This one, I'm thinking about keeping it in because we're approaching spring and summer. I think it would be really, really nice to use. It's a Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow, and just to get some more use out of it. So that looks like that. Really, really pretty and glowy. And then the last one, I think I'm going to declutter this, guys. I thought I might in the last Shop My Stash, and I have been using it. And it's big, it's bulky, the bronzer's not that great. So when I come to declutter my bronzers, I think this is going to go. And then here, whoops, are just my eye drops. I think I've said in the health update video that I've been really struggling with my eyes. And this just keeps them moist. I've got what they call dry eyes, and yeah, it just keeps them moist, so I'm just leaving that there for safekeeping. So now I've shown you everything, what we're putting it back. Seems like an awful lot, so I'm gonna put all that back, and then we will choose some new products for the week. So I finally put everything back, so let's pull primers to begin with. So this is probably the oldest primer in my collection, and it's a really nice glowy primer by Japanesque. It's just the Radiance primer, so we will pull that one. We only need one, as I have got a pore filling one, so I'll do the pore filling in the T-zone like I normally do, and then put that like on the rest of my face. It's a bit extra, I know, but it works really, really well for me. And I'm panning the Mally one as well, so I want that out of the collection. As for foundations, these foundations here, I went through my foundation collection, and these are the oldest ones I've got in my collection. I don't really want to pull for a matte one, and I know I've been using these quite a bit, the Radiance and the Healthy Mix. I think I'm going to pull the Healthy Mix and use it with that CoverGirl True Blend. Again, this one is a bit too dark for me. I think it's in Vanilla something or other. Can't see the shade on here. Oh, number 51 Light Vanilla, and it's a lighter shade than it is the Bourjois Healthy Mix hydrating foundation. So yeah, I want to use that up as well. Concealer wise, I've just pulled a new concealer, so I've just put these back, and there is no room for powders, guys. It is ridiculous in here. So this time I will not forget to pull my Laura Mercier what are you called, Secret Brightening Powder in the shade 1, so we'll pull that. What else do we need? We need a loose powder, so let's pull the next one up, which is this NYX one, which I've made no secret of not liking, but I do want to use it up. There's not that much left. I just won't repurchase it again, so we'll pull that. And we will pull this one, Essence. It's all about matte fixing powder, just as a compact. So we've got 2 there, and then we can put this back. And what I need to do, instead of putting that in, I need to bring this one forward. Put that back at the back of number 7, and then this one can go there. It's insane that I can't actually fit all my powders in one little section here. What I might do as well is pull this one. It's a great finishing powder. So it's the Elf Sheer Tint finishing powder. So we've got 3. A little bit extra. Sorry guys, the light's gone. And then I should be able to put this one here. I'm going to charge my light up because this is just too dark. And right, so we just picked out a powder before the light went off. I've charged it up for about 15 minutes, so I don't know how far we're going to be able to get off of it, but we'll see. So I want to pull a glowy product at the back. Which ones have we not used? We've used, I think, most of them. I'll pull this one. It is fairly dark and I don't know if I like it, so it could be getting decluttered. So we'll use that one, and then we've only got 3, so we're going to be using them in conjunction with each other. I think I'm going to be pulling a palette this week, so I don't think I'm going to be pulling any bronzers from here. I think what I'm going to do though is pull this concealer as well, just for when I do like 3 looks 1 palette, because I've got a palette in mind to do either 3 looks 1 palette with, or a get ready with me using that particular palette, and I like to use this concealer when I do that. So let's go down to the next one. At least 1 single blusher. Right, and I already know which one it is. It's this Essence Matte Touch Blush. I've not used it that many times. It's in the shade Bury Me Up, and I just want to see if I like it as much as I did last time. So we'll just put 1. Highlighters. I want to use this again. I mean, there's so much hype over these Pixi by Petra highlighters, and I feel like I'm missing something. I think the shade here is too dark for me, but maybe I can work on this shade here. And it's the Delicate Dew one. I think the other one is lighter, so I should have really got that. So we'll pull that one, and then we should have pulled this one last week. I'm pulling a highlighter palette, so we'll leave that and just pull the Pixi one. I just want to know if I want to keep this in the collection or I want to declutter it. Then as far as palettes go, I need to pull this one. I've just done a look on the channel for this, and it's titled 5-minute look or something for a job interview or something like that. And it's a really beautiful palette, and I'm going for a job interview on Thursday, all being well. And yeah, let's pull this because I really liked how the look turned out when I actually did it. And then I've got a blush palette, but something in me is telling me to pull this one, so I might pull this one as well, just because that peach palette doesn't give you much options. I've completely used the highlighter up to death. This one's got a bronzer in it. It's got 4 blushes. So yeah, let's pull this one. And I think we'll be going down to the next drawer now. Yeah, I think that's it. Right guys, so I've not used this in a hot minute. This is the Revolution Ultra Pro Glow, and on the top, all those 4 highlighters work for me. That yellow gold on the bottom even works, and then that pinky one next to it makes a nice blush topper. So I thought I would try and use this upcoming week and just see how I feel about it. So some of the highlighters look like they're getting hard pan, so I just need to know if it's still a good palette or whether I should declutter it, just because it's, I wouldn't say it's big and bulky, but it is taking a bit of room from the collection, and I've not used it in a hot second. And then that's it. I did say I wanted to stay away from the Revolution palettes for a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to pull anything from here. So it's just one last drawer to get through now, and then we'll put so the this drawer's looking awfully full again. I've got a little box of palettes, and I've been putting some palettes in here just because I had room, because the Makeup Revolution ones are in that drawer now. So I've put some more palettes in here. This one is a fairly new one to the collection. It's the W7 Socialite palette, and I've been hearing all over the place that it's a dupe for the Huda New Nude, and you can tell just by looking at it, even the packaging. As you can see, I've not even swatched it yet. I want to do a video on this, try it Thursday. I'm also going to be comparing it to the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless. I'll show you that in a second. So I'll be doing swatches and seeing if it's a dupe for that as well, because that one is supposed to be a dupe for the Huda New Nude as well. But this one looks absolutely stunning, guys, and in B&M it's only like $5.99 now, whereas on the W7 website it's still $11.99, so that is a pure bargain. And look at that packaging, it's beautiful. And this one I got for Christmas, and I've wanted to use it for so long. It's the BH Desert Oasis palette. I'm going to open it up to show you. And it's got highlighters in there as well, so we'll be alright for highlighters this week. I love those blues and those green like duochromes at the top there. So again, I might be doing a get ready with me using this palette as well. So we've got like 2 new palettes to play with. I've done swatches on this one, but that's about it. I've never used it. So that's that one. Right, so ignore my PJs in the last clip, sorry about that, guys, but it is quite early in the morning. I just wanted to film this. It's Sunday as well, so yeah, I wanted to film this so it would go up on time on Monday, because now Weekly Shop My Stash is a Monday instead of every Wednesday. But this is the basket, and this is how full it is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be putting everything away. Oh, in this drawer as well, I've got the Chanel, Tandy Chanel there. So I'll probably try and use that as well. Let's just put that there for a second. Right, so this is a bit excessive, guys. I know we've got 4 powders here, but one's an under eye setting powder, one's a finishing powder, and then we've got a loose powder and a matte powder. I don't really want to be wearing something as heavy as this for my job interview next week. So yeah, that's why I pulled so many. Right, guys, that's everything. So thank you for watching today. It really does mean a lot to me. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe button and notifications bell. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you next week for another Weekly Shop My Stash. Bye, guys.